Hey everyone, welcome back to the AI Bot Monitor series. Now in the last video, we installed Ollama and we got DeepSeek Coder running on our N100 mini PC. We tested it out and confirmed it can analyze errors and also write code fixes. Now today, we're going to be building the heart of the system, the monitoring script that actually does the work. So this is where everything comes together. By the end of this video, we'll have a Python script that connects to a Raspberry Pi via SSH, checks the Discord bot logs, detects the errors, and sends them to our local AI. It also reports everything to our Discord via the webhook. So as mentioned in our steps, we're going to be starting with the test environment only. So it's just a Raspberry Pi 5, no production deployment as yet. We want to make absolutely sure everything works before touching our live bot. So let's get into it. First, we need to set up a passwordless SSH authentication between our N100 and the Raspberry Pi. This is crucial because our monitoring script will be connecting every 15 minutes automatically. At least that's what we're aiming for. So right now, if I try to SSH into the Pi, it asks for a password. We need to eliminate that for this automation to work. So on the N100, let's generate an SSH key pair. You can type the commands here on the screen to generate your SSH key pair. The ED25519 is a modern secure key type. Now you go ahead and you press enter to save it to the default location on the device. When it asks for a paraphrase, press enter twice, and we need this to be passwordless for automation. Our key pair has been generated. Now we need to copy the public key to the Raspberry Pi. So this will copy our public key to the Pi, and it will ask for the password one last time. After this, we won't need it anymore. Alright, awesome, good job. Now the key has been added and we can go to test our passwordless access. See guys, this isn't so bad. Look at all the steps that we've already accomplished. Now you're ready for the automation. So before we do anything, we are going to log in to the Raspberry Pi and view some logs and see if it asks us for any passwords. If it doesn't ask you for a password, that's awesome. That means it worked and it bypassed the password since we already generated a key. And there we go. No password prompt, and we can see the PM2 process list. We can see our bot is running, and also other projects that I'm working on that I will not be showing as yet until those are finalized. Now this is perfect and we can get going. So now we're going to create our project directory and set up the structure that we're going to be working with. So on the N100, we're going to create a directory for our monitoring system. So you can follow the commands on here and we're going to create a folder. You can name it whatever you prefer. I'll be naming mine bot monitor. And then we're going to change directory and go into that bot monitor folder so we can create several Python files. Each will be handling a specific task, and this keeps our code organized and easier to debug. So let's start by installing the libraries we need. You can follow the commands on the screen. I'll leave them in the GitHub. You guys can go ahead and copy and paste. Paramiko is for SSH automation, and request is for talking to both the Ollama API and the Discord webhooks. The break system packages flag is needed on Ubuntu 24.04. Let's create our configuration file first. This centralizes all our settings. So you can open your text editor. I'm going to be using Nano. So nano config.py, and this is what we're putting in. This centralizes all our settings. All the files that I'll be using here with the code will be posted in the GitHub. For the Discord webhook, you'll need to create one in your Discord server. So you just need to go to server, settings, integration, use the webhooks, and you can create a new webhook for the channel where you want the reports to be pasted or displayed. You can copy that webhook URL and paste it in here, replacing your webhook here. I'm hiding mine on camera for security. You can save and exit with Ctrl X, and then you press Y and then enter. Now we can create our SSH helper functions. So same thing, nano SSH underscore utils.py, and the exact code will be in the GitHub as I mentioned before. If you want to download all the files as a zip folder, you can go ahead and extract it and you'll have all the codes, and you just change certain components as it relates to your webhook. And if you have an IP address to your SSH, all of those stuff, you can go ahead and change those as well. For our SSH utilities, this module handles all the SSH connections with the Pi. The execute command function is our workhorse. It creates connections, it runs commands, and it handles errors gracefully. See that? Gracefully. I've also added a get bot status function that checks if the bot is online, errored, or stopped. And this is going to be useful for reports. You go ahead after you finish typing the code and save the file. Now we're going to move on to our log parser. So this scans logs for common error patterns and extracts relevant context. The patterns cover most JavaScript or Node.js errors that you would encounter. After you finish, you go ahead and you save this file, and then we can move on to our AI handler. Now for the AI interface. The AI interface is going to be very interesting. The temperature of 0.3 makes the AI more focused and deterministic. It's better for debugging than creative writing. I've also added better error handling and timeout messages. So if the bot is going for over 3 minutes, it errors out and gives you a timeout message. Let's create the Discord webhook reporter. This creates nice formatted embeds for Discord. The report error detected function includes the error context and AI analysis. So there's also a simple healthy report. Like if everything is fine with the bot, it sends it that the bot is healthy for the status report. The color codes make it easy to see at a glance. Red, of course, for errors, green for healthy, and then you can go ahead after you finish and save your file. Alright, so let's do our main script that ties everything together. This is going to be our complete monitoring workflow. It checks the bot status, it gets the logs, detects errors, if any, and sends to AI, and then reports it to Discord. I've also added error handling at every step, so if one part fails, we know exactly where. You can save it and make it executable. This makes it easier for you guys to run it within the terminal. You can follow all the commands on screen. Alright, so now it's time for the fun part. We're going to be testing the complete system, but first, let's make sure the bot is running normally. Okay, so just a reminder, we're running this command to make sure the monitor.py file is executable. So let's make sure that the bot is running as it should. We're going to SSH into the py one more time and run the PM2 list. Okay, good. The bot is online. Now let's run our monitoring script. I will say I purposely left an error in the code. It's not necessarily, let's say, it's not an error that's going to cause issue with the functions of the bot. It was me being lazy and not fixing it. So this is a perfect example as to how it's going to be detecting errors. So let's see how it works, if it does work for the most part, because we're testing it here for the first time. So now let's run our monitoring script. Starting up. Oh, look at that. That was very fast. Watch status online, and look, and just like that, error detected. Now it's analyzing, and error context extracted, 922 characters, sending to AI for analysis. Now this part where it says this may take 30 to 60 seconds, that might not be the case because we are running on a very low end CPU. I just added that text in there for the code, but it might take way longer than that. Longer in the sense, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, which is not healthy since I tagged it to timeout after 3 minutes. But you know what? This is how debugging works. We're debugging the debugger. So let's see what happens. So we got a timeout. The AI took longer than 3 minutes to respond. So this is actually completely normal on a low power CPU like the N100. DeepSeek Coder, the 6.7 billion parameters, is a fairly large model, and on this hardware, it can take maybe 5 to 8 or 10 minutes to analyze complex errors. We're going to switch to a faster model. So let's switch to Phi 3. This is going to be a smaller model that's optimized for efficiency, and it's still very capable for our debugging task, but it runs much faster on the N100. Let's go ahead and download Phi 3. So it's the same process, Ollama pull Phi 3:3.8b. This will take maybe a minute or two to download. I know it's about 2.3 gigabytes. So while it's downloading, we need to update our configuration file to use this model. Since it's already telling to use 6.7 billion parameters, we're going to have to open our config.py file and change the line where it says Ollama model and change from DeepSeek Coder to Phi 3. Go ahead and save and exit. Now let's also increase the timeout just to be safe. Even though Phi 3 is faster, different errors can take different amounts of time to analyze. So we're going to edit the AI handler, which is the AI_handler.py, We're going to find that timeout line and change it from 180 to 600 seconds, and that's going to be equivalent to 10 minutes. All right. Now, moment of truth. Let's test our monitoring system. Let's go. Look at that. With 5.3, instead of timing out like it did with our previous parameters, it correctly identified the problem, and it told us exactly what to fix, which file to look at, and even gave us a high confidence rating. And check this out. It sends the message to the Discord. And here's our Discord notification. Error detected. The monitoring system detected an error in the Discord bot. It says the bot status is online. The error context. I did not change the AI model 5.3. It's still saying DeepSeek Coder 6.7b, but that's fine. That's an easy fix. It's just one line in the code. But it tells you the analysis, the root cause. The bot is attempting to call a non-existent function, db.get, and the specific fix that's needed. Replace any instance of db.get with the correct method for retrieving data from your chosen database system. So look at that. It even gives you an example as to how this error can come about and what to change it with, and also ensure that all variables and functions are correctly named according to their purpose in the codebase. Again, the files that needs to be modified is events, voice state update.js, where it tells you the line as well down to everything, and the confidence level high. This is amazing. So this is very invaluable, especially when it comes to debugging and understanding what the system is doing. So we now have a working monitoring system that checks bot logs via SSH. It detects errors automatically. It also analyzes them with local AI and sends detailed reports to Discord, all working together beautifully. Great job, guys. You were amazing. You put your heads together, and now we have a working system. But we're still running this manually. So in the next video, we're going to set up the automatic scheduling with cron, which allows it to run every 15 minutes without us doing anything. We're also going to add the 3-tier AI system, which is Grok and Claude as backups when local AI is not confident. And we're going to implement our automatic fix application, which actually modifies the bot code, and add automatic rollback, which is going to undo changes if they make things worse. So by the end of the next video, we'll have true autonomous operation on our test environment. Now before that video, I encourage you to test this thoroughly. Try different types of errors, see what the AI suggests, and you can check the Discord notifications. Just get comfortable with the system. If you're linking it to whichever other platforms that you have, test it out, see how it works for you. I'd like to know in the comments, what projects are you guys working on, if you're working on any, or if you're just following along. That's it for this episode. We built a complete monitoring system with AI integration and Discord notifications. Now, tap yourselves on the shoulder, guys. You have achieved passwordless SSH automation, comprehensive error detection, local AI integration with Ollama, and Discord webhook reporting. All the code is going to be on GitHub. The link is in the description below, and every file we created today is there. If you found this helpful, smash that like button. Like, break its back, break everything. Drop a comment if you have questions or run into any issues. I'm happy to answer. And you can also join the Discord. We have a dev section where you can post questions as it relates to anything technical, IT related. We welcome it all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.